cup of coffee with 3 cream and 5 sugar.
Medium 2 cream, 5 sugar?
3 cream and 5 sugar.
3 cream, 5 sugar, okay.
Oh yeah, thanks so much. Alright, look at this. Look at how big these are now. This is like a large. I gotta get it in a small next time. Here we go. Oh my god. Shit. So, if this is your first time seeing me, this is me, Troy's son, getting the most. I can't finish this. Like, I like my coffee so hot, like it burns your mouth. I guess apparently Troy's dad, my prepare, was like that as well. Not my dad. He likes that shit cold. So I don't even know how we're gonna edit this video, but you know, thanks so much, guys. 60th birthday, happy birthday, my dad, Troy. Thanks for joining us. Wherever you are, grab yourself a medium cup of coffee tonight. Remember, 5 sugars in that. 3 cream, 5 sugars. Maybe have a cigarette, a cigar, a tobacco, a joint, whatever the hell you're into. Pour one out for the old man. 60 years old. He'd be proud. It's only up from here.
Some heard always fresh, but I can never make a good cup of joe for my dad. We're ordering coffee. No, there is not any. We're ordering coffee at the old Tim Hortons.
No garbage?
No garbage.
You guys want something? Or do you want to get something in the store? Good afternoon. Yeah, medium coffee with 3 large cream and 5 sugar and an iced water. That's great, thank you.
So this thing will last you 4 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
How much film?
It'll outlast the film time.
Okay, so I can pull out the thing?
Oh, well, you can if you want. I don't know what to do. I just don't want you to break it, Davis. So bad it was. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, it's okay, love. Just nice water.
Stop Drug and Food Warehouse.
Thanks.
See? The guy's even giving us the thumb up. We're now heroes, folks.
What are you talking about?
Just mixing up some signs. See, they got a stop sign over there that said stop drugs and
Perfect.
food.
They got great ducks where you go. They already want cheap shit. Remember the time we got drugs there? And we got, what was it, Gravol? It was like $3 a pack. We said, holy shit, they want this cost at any other store?
This is about as good as it's gonna get tonight. What a run this has been to get here. You know, November 23rd, 1963. November 23rd, my father's birthday. I do believe the old man would have been about 61 today. Still young by today's standards, but this day always hits me so weird. Took a lot of tries to be able to try and set this video up and kind of feel like get it where I wanted it to be. Feeling sick, feeling anxious, just this was a tough one, but we're here now and I'm really happy. I got a lot of stuff. I'm not going to talk about all of it because I feel like we'd be here for hours, but I got a few things that I've kind of dug through in the archives lately. Some books, some writings, some old files from '98. Got an arm I want to talk about. A little bit happier with this setting right now. You know, it's getting tougher to shoot these videos, but this is a big one. We've got we've got some B-52s, kind of. We'll explain that a little bit. The old man did not drink alcohol. When he did, he would do the B-52. If you don't know what a B-52 is, it's a shot where you do Kahlua, Bailey's, Grand Marnier. It's a tiered drink where the liqueurs float on one another. You take the shot, and it tastes very nice. If you're ever at a bar and you ask for one, you know, they make it right, you'll know. This isn't quite that, but we're going to do it anyway. We got to, of course, welcome the old man's birthday with a shot, of course. You know, it's okay. The last few birthdays that I had with my dad, when he was really good, he was healthy. We've been making a lot of money, and he loved to gamble. He loved it. He loved the thrill of it. It wasn't even about the win. It was just about the thrill. There was something sick about losing it all. We went to the casino a few times, and did a few shots and all that, and had a really good time. But there were stories when he would go to the casino before, I guess, with his brothers, my uncles, and you could only have one drink for each person or whatever. The old man, when he would do these B-52s, you get lazy with it. As I described before, you needed to layer the drink. That was the whole purpose of the drink. He would just pour the Kahlua, Bailey's, or Grand Marnier into a big glass and would kind of just think of Bailey's, and he'd sip it. He'd sip the B-52s, even the shots. He would sip it. Just to kind of get you into the psychology of the old man. So here we are today. I've got some of his books. A lot of people don't know from what they see. He was a published author, like I talked about with Ranger Station, and he also self-published a number of novellas and novels. We've got the Canadians. General Michael's got to come down from heaven. It's the final battle between heaven and hell, and of course he needs some people to fight with him, so he gets the Canadians. This one was awesome. I'll try not to go into too much detail here, but like, you got it embossed with the Canadians. This is a nice one. The way he got it cut. We were big fans of Legend of Drizzt, and he kind of did the book similar. With Canadians, you might be able to see Shards of Time behind me. I've also got this one as well. I've got two versions of this. I'm so happy that these survived. We'll talk about that in a second. You've got Gabriel Has Fallen. Not his finest work, but he really, really enjoyed this novella. As you'll notice, they're all very short. The old man did not have an attention span. He'd often write these in one go within a week when he could. This one, the Archangel Michael has to go to hell because the devil, Satan, has taken Gabriel. So Michael's not very happy. And Gabriel Has Fallen, a very old one, the Man Trinity. Again, God and the Devil, the game of chess in the Oval Office. Very interesting. And then, of course, Shards of Time. This is an amalgamation of all of these other novellas and novels all thrown into one with some new writing as well. This has even got some artwork in it. I absolutely love this. So it's great being able to kind of go through his archives and see this. I've also stumbled upon some short stories and things like that, which is just wild. Like this one, I literally just stumbled upon. 309 on the Far Side novella, finished September 29th, 2017. So very close to when he died. I'll dive into that one day. I found this as well. This is one of the original copies. If my uncle's watching this, Angel to Angel. This was the original. Like the original book that my father and my uncle were writing. You know, this goes back to like the 80s, I think. This is like where it started. Book number 1 of the Chronicles of the Heavens, Angel to Angel. I grew up hearing about this book. Oh man, we'll have to do a separate video on all of that. I've even got these. Another thing that my dad did is he would write everything out by hand. He had this beautiful penmanship. I just love it. He wrote it in long form, like it's just in prose. It's just like a paragraph. It's almost like a Tolkien thing. Like I've got notes written on napkins, basically. It's crazy. This is not a good example of it, but this is from the Hamilton Spectator. He donned the Trojan Mark 1. He walked into the Hamilton Spectator, drew a lot of attention back in the early 2000s, and as the story goes, when they published that, they crashed the Spectator website, which, if you know anything about my dad, you know that the man loved to exaggerate. So to him, that was millions of people coming to the website. He even got his birth certificate over there, his black belt from the 80s, which is awesome. One of my favorite things that he ever did, I've got other files and things like that as well, is his GamePro magazine. This was awesome. I'm pretty sure we were super down and out when they came down to interview him in this one, but this was huge for me. I am a massive, lifelong video gamer, super hardcore my entire life. So this is super cool. This is actually featuring Call of Duty Black Ops 1. That's how old this is. You've got Halo Reach, exclusive Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Medal of Honor, Gran Turismo 5, hell, Fable 3's in this. But that's not what's exciting. What's exciting is they gave the old man like a 6-page spread. Look at that. This is awesome. What a win this was for me. If you Google Halo armor, you're going to get a photo of the Trojan. You know, this was massive back in 2004, Halo 2 came out in 2004. So this was huge, being able to see my dad in a video game magazine. Not many people know about this. Like, they did all these really cool shots and stuff like this. Like, the fact that I even have these things, they survived. What issue is this? November 2010 issue with Black Ops. So if you guys can find this one, this is a cool one. We moved around a lot. We lost a lot. So the fact that any of this survived and we still have it, or that I still have it, is massive. Trying to figure out what to do with his legacy. And like I said, I struggled a lot with this video. I posted 2 really shit videos earlier, probably driving my friend nuts. Just panic attack, full on. Like, you guys have no idea. It's nuts. I try to be transparent with that. It's getting tricky trying to put the videos together, and it's not like they're great, but there's a certain level of quality that I attempt to put together in these videos, and I just wasn't hitting it, and I was all over the place. It was awful. Like, even right now, I have some anxiety about, like, if the video's not playing, like, I'm gonna freaking bang my head off the wall if I gotta do one of these again. Oh my god, I'm losing my train of thought. It feels better now. My point is trying to figure out the legacy. It's incredible to have all of these with moving around and a lot of the loss that we had. I have a lot. Like, not a lot, but I feel like this is just a very small percentage of some of the things I have. Like, I've got really odd pages here. Like, I didn't even know he did this. This is, I'm not going to read it, but this is facts, January 13th, 1998, to Mike Keenan. And then there's an attention to Ken Bradshaw, the Vancouver Sun. And this is him talking about introducing to the NHL a unique safety training practice system never before seen in the annals of pro hockey. Apparently they really got into it. Look at that, I can even see my original number on there. That's wild. Troy James, my credentials and achievements can be viewed at www.trillium.net/grizzly. How old is that? I've got old armor schematics here. Like, what? Someone's gonna pause that and try and recreate this. Good luck. This is the UV7. Not for body armor, to be used for Hummers, SUVs too. So he's probably doing Olympic at the time. I just got files and files. Oh, I'm trying to go through it all. It's nuts, guys. And I wanted to try and show some of that on one of these videos where I'm less brooding and moody and having an existential crisis, because apparently that's all I do on this channel. And then after this one, because we're doing a bit of a drop, we're going to be dropping this one on, well, it is Saturday now. This is a late one for his birthday. I'm sure on Monday we'll have something very nice and moody. Moving on. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Great video. This is one of my favorite surviving relic pieces. I don't have any of his armored stuff. I have, like, the knives are all gone. I got the duster. The suits are all gone. You get the Mark 8 in a hawk shop. You know, I don't think I'll ever get that one back. You get the Mark 7 to some collector. The Mark 6 is the light box at the Toronto International Film Festival. Mark 5's lost to time. God knows where the 4 and 3 are rotting. We got this, though. Might just look like a big hunk of plastic. It is. but there's more to it than that. This was a prototype for the Talon 440, and what my dad was going for here was 100% protection. He was obsessed with it. To hell with the practicality. To hell if you could actually wear this in the desert. It was irrelevant. Let's make a suit of body armor, 100% protection. Now, I can't wear this. My arm's too big. My dad was a bit smaller than me, so I can't put it on. But when you were looking down the set of the rifle, this is designed by someone who never actually held a rifle, but this was supposed to attempt to guard your face, things like that. It's a prototype. What I loved about it, though, was the coverage. Look at how the armor interlocks here. Now, this is nothing new. They've been doing this, since the Knight in Armor days, but having a almost 100% protective piece of armor on your arm as a part of a larger system, like you've even got sloped armor, spaced armor. He was attempting some breakaway systems here. He kind of modify on the fly. He realized this came out too far, so his wrist wouldn't bend. Cut it, couple things, and again, this wouldn't have worked for more reasons than you think. Number one, I would always make fun of him. He'd get very mad at me because there's no room for armor in that. It's all plastic. However, what's this? If anybody watched our Instagram videos, if you have watched Ripley's Believe It or Not, especially back in the 90s, or if you go YouTube the Ripley's Believe It or Not, Troy Herchbees right now, you're going to find out what this is. Back in the 90s, he was developing a polymer system called Hertzie. This is Achilles. This is kind of the final mark of it. It's a polymer system. Think of a caramel almost. And you can coat fabric with it. Now, this is just paper towel, but what you would do is, what we figured out you could do is you could put this on Kevlar. Now, everybody knows Kevlar is bulletproof. So you get, I don't know what the amount is, 30, 40, 50 sheets of Kevlar will stop, 45 ACP, 44, things like that. So you get, let's just call it 40 sheets of Kevlar. You bind it with the Achilles, you get this. Stronger than steel, lighter than steel, you can mold it. So then you can turn this into that. So that entire arm becomes bullet resistant, which is just incredible. We could have did so much with this. This is, I really do believe, there's a few innovations that were just bullshit, but there's a few that were real. Before he died, he was working on Vulcanite H, and those videos, he burnt the candle at both ends. He was spent in those videos, but he was working on that. And I'm not saying it's something that science couldn't do right now, but for a guy working out of his garage, it was incredible. Would it have ever made it to the military? Who knows, but I do believe we could have marketed that and sold it. And the gimmick being, I would have marketed it to cosplay. Hey man, you want to dress up as a stormtrooper? Cool. Fully bulletproof stormtrooper, why not? Oh, I don't even know what else I had here. I feel like I'm coming to the end of it now. I got the movie going. God knows if I'll get copyrighted for that, or who knows. But yeah, I just wanted to share a few things and have less of a brooding tone and less existential dread. I spoke about it in one of my videos before. I kind of had a bit of an epiphany almost. I think I'm just being dramatic about really picking up the torch. I feel like in some ways, like I am. Hello, loud dog. I feel like in some ways I'm not becoming him, but I am of him, and I don't know. It's like I'm picking up everything. I'm immersed in his life, and it feels strange, and I'm too close to it in a way. Hello, sir. But it feels good. I feel like I have a direction now. You go back a few months to In Search of an Answer, episode 1, and where we're at now with Steel City 63. My dog. I think he'll be featured in one of the videos coming up. I feel like I'm starting to get a direction to it. I really do. It feels good with the legacy and everything. There was, before we closed it, there was a lot of years in the beginning that just weren't good with my father and I after he passed. And now I feel like I've made a lot of peace with that, and I can kind of share some things with the world, and hopefully as the years roll on, be able to share more. So we'll do final toast tonight, guys. We'll do another B-52 in honor of the old man, Troy James Herchbees. November 23rd, 1963 would have been. 61 today if I can do math, and if I can't, you know, he was pushing 70 anyway.
On Parkdale, the notorious Parkdale gang, which was all just an infamous lie ever since I was a kid. We've heard about the Parkdale gang for 40 years. There never was a gang, but it was a good name. The guy that did my tattoo, Big Dave. Big Dave did my tattoo. See that tattoo there? He rode for the Red Devils motorcycle gang, and Hell's Angels. In 1980s anyway. Hang on, they put a hit on him. He was in Time magazine, or in McLean's magazine. Right up here, I'll show you his tattoo shop. It used to be here. He came out of a shop one day, drive by, 44 Magnum, 6 times in the chest. The son of a bitch lived. He put the tattoo of the rose of my wife into my back. Yeah, he was about 410 pounds, big son of a bitch. Put 6 bullets in his chest, point blank range, and he lived. He went down to about 180 pounds, but he lived. His tattoo parlor used to be right up here. It's where I got my first tattoo when I was 16 in Hamilton. Not here anymore. It used to be there. There's a video. See video hits? That used to be his tattoo parlor. They walked out and they shot him.
Who did?
And this is where I'm moving his sister. No, we're not dumb. We're living up in the mountain where it's nice. All the wackos live down here. All the freaks. What freaks? Hi, freaks.
There you go.
There you go. Lots of freaks.
That's ripping like 1,000 down the main street here in Hamilton, but hey.
This is where Uncle Blair used to live, right here. Right in the back there. There it is. There's the gas station.
Oh, look.
Yeah. Blair, there's the house right over there.
That's right on.
Yeah.
We do chicken right.
Yeah, KFC. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Gotta have a fit in every city, even in the States. That's a church I went to when I was in high school. Right there, you can't miss it. Like you said, the steeples up. Right here, right around the street, right there. You sit from here. Over there, 2 seconds. Right there. No, when Uncle Short, or when your daddy used to go to Bishop Ryan High School, which I'll show you where that was. This is the mass, because it was a Catholic high school. Every day we went to here for an hour. Right here, still standing. I was 16 years old, and I went to that church. We used to all walk down the street right here, and that's where we went. That was the church. The school used to be where all these houses are now. That used to be a high school. My brother Stacy had hurt him because he spent this whole, all that used to be a high school. All of it. That was the football field right there. Where I first learned to smoke cigarettes. Right there. 15 years old. Right there. Tim Horton Donuts. That isn't there anymore. Closed down. And this little eatery right here, that we eat at every breakfast right now, me and my wife, was there when I first went to high school. It's still there. It's the only thing still standing. It's still there. Still there, all those years. My dad, when he first came to this city, that's where he stayed, at the Derby. He rented a room there, and we lived in London until they could get us settled, right there, the Derby. Still standing, 50 years later. I think it's about 80 years old. And we're now coming up on City Motors Hotel. It's been around for about 100 years.
Yeah.
It's the only hotel I ever stay at when I come in Hamilton. Because you can always find a room and it's cheap. You just gotta watch the bullet holes. If you don't believe me, I'll show you with your wife. I'm gonna show you some bullet holes where we're staying. Right next to our room, right in the glass, bullet holes. I'm gonna show you bullet holes.
Can we have a C2?
Yeah. Stacy said that 4 months ago they murdered somebody here. There it is.
Really cool.
Yeah, there's the pool. There's all nutcases up top.
Our room is up there on the 2nd floor. That's us.
I'll show you the bullet holes. Your wife will still be filming here. I'll show you. We got to go upstairs anyway. I'll show you.